Well, good morning, campers. It's the 20. I'm not sure it's the 24th, I think. Might be 23rd, I think it's 24th. November, and it's 8:38. Overcast. Sat in the house, fucking cold. What's it, about 17 degrees in here? So I was getting the van. My news update on my grey van is they've got the new ECU unit, but for some reason they can't program it. They can't program it. Something's encrypted in there they can't get at. So whether that's to do with the mapping or what it's to do, I haven't got a clue. So they're going to redo that. So that'll be the van off on the road for another week. I completely ran out of gas again, so I got to strip all the gas bottles out, the pipe work and all that, and take it, move it in the white van and go in and get some gas. Because obviously I can't move. That's nearly a 20-mile round trip. I have to pick that up, which doesn't actually matter when you're traveling, does it? Because you're traveling. H is meant to be coming down today, or she said last night. She said good night, see you tomorrow. So I presume she's be here today. Yeah, I looked on there, 360, and I don't think she hasn't left yet. So it's a good, with a break, it's about 5 hours, isn't it? So if we say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, she was here mid-afternoon, just after lunch and all that. So be nice to see her again and see what we got on and get some more ideas of the van. I resealed the roof because I'm still getting a very, very slight drip in the cab, in the van. And I mean, all that torrential rain, I would have said maybe not even a quarter of a teaspoonful, maybe half a teaspoonful of water come in. Just maybe 6 drips, something like that. And I know some of you out there are bigger drips than others, aren't you? Oh. So that's that. I haven't been put anything on since Saturday. I've not really done nothing. I've just been messing with the van, tidying up, changing things. Yeah, just sort of messing about with it. It is nice and warm in there, and because I've been going into the white van every day and putting the diesel heater on, it is lovely and warm, and it is nice and warm in there. And of course, the van was owned not by the bloke before me, but the bloke before that. It was owned for 10 years, and in that 10 years, it only done 11,000 miles, so it never really got used. And you can still see all the yellow, all the green and that around the lights on the top, and that where it stood for so long. But it drives bloody lovely. I like driving. Well, as it goes, it's smoother to drive than my van, because this has got air suspension. Yeah. And I can also run with a back heater on while I'm travelling, which is with my grey van. When I'm travelling with that, I can't have a heater on. It's something to do with where it's wired up. I could bypass the wiring, but and make it come directly off of the domestic batteries, which is what it comes off of anyway. But some people are telling me I need a valve in there, so if you have an accident, it'll switch the gas off. But I would have thought if you had an accident, you'd done that much damage, that you needed your gas bulb switched off, then it'd all gone fucking wrong anyway. Yeah, it's like the batteries, isn't it? I mean, like I had some batteries in there, and I had them strapped down, but they were 47 kilos each, and they were under the bed. And people say, oh, well, if you tipped it over, these lead acid batteries, they were sealed. They said if you use non-sealed batteries, then you obviously got to vent them, put them in a box venter. But then they say, and they're dangerous not to use them if you tip the van over. But I would have thought a non-vented battery or a vented battery that could spill be the fucking last of your fucking worries if you're upside down the fucking ditch, wouldn't it? You know. Anyway, so I haven't said much to you, so you know what's going on. I'm up, it's dull, overcast. It rains a little bit. I think it rained a little bit the night, so I'm going to go in there and check to see. What I've done is I use that coop, whatever it's called. I sealed all the joints with a Gorilla type bonding glue. So I've done all the joints, and what I used, and the stuff we used was stuck all the panels in the van with. And I've used this cope or whatever it's bloody called. This is like a glass fibre paint, and I painted over all of it as well. So if it's fucking letting any more in there, I haven't got a fucking clue where it's coming to, because all the holes have been sealed up. Anyway, that's by the by. So I'll get on in, get these bottles out, get them in the white van, get them in the ambulance, get them down, and get them back. But this to do my van, I mean, my van broke down on the 28th of last month, and it's just a nightmare. And my mechanic, Kev, he said to me, if he was dealing with these people that he's dealing with in Rochester in Kent, that he would never deal with them again. But he's dealt with them for the last 10 years, and he uses them. He said at least 7 times a year, because people get things go wrong. He said, and he sends it off, he gets it back, they do it, 3 days, turn around, it's back. It's never been a problem. So he's presuming that what they're telling him is true. It's not like they're not trying to get out of it, but apparently they got staffing problems, and actually physically getting another unit, another ECU unit. But they put it all into a brand new unit, but it just won't program. It just goes on there, so it comes up perfectly all right. He said they switch it all off. He said they do the final test, how many tests they do in a row, and it encrypts. He said, so we can't send it to you with it working sometimes and not working other times. Because you don't want to be switching your ignition on and off and that to make it work. They said they want it right. So they said you could either have we won't charge you at all for any of it, and you could have the unit back, or we'll get you another unit and do it. We'll get another unit and do it. Well, they reckon if they get another unit, then it could be back this time next week. So it's all to do with the post and getting it in it. But never mind. It's one of them things. Bit pissed off with having to stay home all the time, because she must be a babe, don't like turning the fucking heating on. It's cold in here, and but I do what I do, because I go away on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday anyway. So basically, what I do is I stay in the van, because makes a difference after about 3 o'clock, do it? Because you look at the window and everywhere's dark. Anyway, peeps, just to let you know that everything's going all right. Yeah, I'm slowly getting towards this ambulance. I mean, if it came, well, it'd be a fucking disaster if it come to I couldn't get my van fixed with the money that owes me. But I mean, if I had to have the ambulance and use that, I think I'd be quite happy with that. And I'm quite happy with it. I quite like the extra bit of space in there. I do like that. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, peeps, you all stay classy, fighting. And remember, I love you all. And you skins.